If you're doing all the mindset work, but you still feel stuck and behind in life, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Emily. I'm 30. I'm an engineer by training, but I was raised by a psychology expert. And everything that changed my life can be learned through reading these books, breaking down exactly how I rewired my brain so that you can engineer your dream life in 2026. By the end of this video, you won't be stuck anymore. You'll know exactly what to do next to become the best version of yourself and design, build, and manifest the life you actually want. So welcome to a live stream. We're going to get ready with me. I have a brunch today, so that's our funtivity plans. And the first book that I want to talk about, you know I'm a raging nerd. It's confusing. I'm cute, but books make my heart happy. The first thing I really want to talk about is The Mountain Is You. Now, this really helped me to get out of my own way. This book specifically is about all of the reasons why you're self-sabotaging so that you can actually remove all the resistance between you and doing that goal and actually getting into being your dream woman. We hold ourselves back in so many ways, and it's easy to blame other people, to play the victim and say, it's just hard for me to do this. But that's a story you're telling yourself, and we can rewrite that and actually use our own empowerment to build the future that we want. Now, a lot of that stuckness is you holding yourself back. So if you're physically feeling like it's hard for you to step into the best version of yourself in 2026, I always recommend The Mountain Is You. I personally have the workbook. You can see I loved it. I had lots of fun. Hi, Ava. Welcome to a live stream. I like the workbooks because they have key takeaways from every chapter, and they also have little exercises that you can do that I find really helpful. And self-sabotage is something we talk a lot about on the channel because it's the number one reason that you're holding yourself back from becoming the best version of yourself. Good morning and welcome. Self-sabotage happens when in the core of your being, you don't actually believe you can do or you're worthy of the things that would be necessary to create your dream life. And a lot of inner work has to happen if you want to move past those stories. But the first thing you have to do is recognize that there is resistance, there is a belief holding you back, acknowledge it, and then work to write a more empowering story for yourself. So, for example, one of the biggest things we talk about on our channel is identity mindset shifts. Because instead of forcing yourself with willpower to do new habits, it is more effective and faster to think of yourself as the type of person who already has those habits. So if you want to run, eat healthy, or if you want to read more, think of yourself as a runner, a reader, or someone who eats healthy all the time, and those will naturally be your habits. Hi, hello, director. This is one of my favorite comments. I find it funny every day. Hi. Oh, my heart hurts from everything happening in Venezuela. We are a self-improvement channel, though, not a politics channel. I love this book. This is really helpful. I do also have the big version, but I always get the workbooks as well because I find them more helpful. If you want a full breakdown of my personal wisdom for you guys, kind of distilled from all these books, I do also have my Engineer Your Dreams workbook, and everyone who signs up to do one-on-one coaching with me gets this for free, along with all the lovely other freebies to help you out. And that is the step-by-step guide to create your dream life. Hi, welcome to the live stream. All right, let's get on to number next. I'm getting ready for brunch today, so I thought we'd have a good little book chit chat. Oh dear, you've fallen. Oh, you're back. Welcome. Sorry about that, everybody. Let's readjust the camera. Okay, that's good. Oh, thank you. That's fun. All right, first thing, if you want to let go of self-sabotage, is realizing that self-sabotage is not failure. It's just natural resistance in your mind to becoming the dream version of yourself. And if you want to create bigger, more up-leveled goals in 2026, the key isn't always being perfect. It's recognizing that you are human and you will fall off the wagon, you will make mistakes, and it's picking yourself back up to actually try again that reinforces the fact that you are in fact worthy of that dream future. Hi. Hi. Okay, so let's get on to my get ready with me. I've been having a little breakout, so I'm always recommending this if you guys want to break out less, this has hypochlorous acid in it. In case you didn't know, I'm an engineer and I love all the skincare science. The other important point that I wanted to talk about from the Mountain Is You is that your brain chooses safety, not necessarily what's best for your long-term future. So when you feel yourself falling back on old bad habits, it's not because you can't do harder things. It's not because you're not capable of that dream version of yourself. It's just that your brain is comfortable and feels safe doing what you used to do in 2025. So acknowledging that you have a tendency towards your bad habits because they are just routine and they're just safety for your mind will help you to let go of them in the new year. Hi. Yes, I think it's important to realize that we're a supportive community here. Almost everyone is very supportive. But we do just make sure that we keep the comments wholesome. We have a few moderators who help me out. But yeah. Okay, next. Oh, we have one of my favorite skincare products recently. Hi, Tyler. Welcome to the live stream. I've been using this because my skin has a lot of hyperpigmentation. So azelaic acid does help with that, along with vitamin C. But I don't use vitamin C when I have active breakouts because I think it gives me more breakouts. Odd. Hi, Tyler. Welcome. I'm sorry you have sad news today. I have relaxing plans with a friend today. Okay, the next book that probably comes without saying on this channel is the Manifest book by Roxy Nafouzi. This is really an in-depth dive to the step-by-step process of manifestation. I'm a very spiritual person, and a lot of the more, we'll call it like spiritual, fluffy nonsense stuff resonates with me, but I don't think it's effective for long-term behavior change. I think creating systems around your good habits is what's going to help you manifest your dream life fastest. And Roxy's book really helps with that. She doesn't go into as much as the mind shift psychology information as The Mountain Is You, but I like her book because she again has these little workbook exercises that you can do and journal prompts in every chapter. So if you're new to journaling, this book is so helpful because it leads you through step by step. Hi, I'm going to try to pronounce your name. Mahaki? I don't know, sorry. I'm really bad at pronouncing names on live, but hi, welcome to the live stream. I'm so happy to have everyone with me. It's a really fun way to start my day. Well, not really start my day, it's 12. But I've gone to the gym this morning and now I'm getting ready to go see my friend. So it's great to kind of integrate you guys into my daily habits and also be able to talk with you for, a little bit. Thank you. So I've actually decided to try press-on nails because I got a nail infection at the salon and I can't have, normal gel on them at the moment. So I've got sticky tabs on with the OPI press-ons. And honestly, they're holding up well. I'm on day 4 with the sticky tab press-on. So I have high hopes. We'll see how it goes. Hi. Yes, the eyebrow game has been on point recently. I'm gonna keep doing the system that I've been doing. Please be careful when you go to the nail salon, everyone. This is the second time I've gotten an infection, and we spend so much money getting our nails done. It's frustrating when they actually end up worse as they were before. Hi! Has anyone watched Emily in Paris, actually? I watched a little bit and I thought it was horrible, absolutely terrible. But it's entertaining, I suppose. Now, the core concepts in Manifest, Roxy Nafouzi's book that I wanted to cover with you, is that manifestation primarily works through identity, aka self-concept, not vision boards or fairy magic, whatever. I love doing vision boards. I like to call them dream boards, but this is like a mood setting tool. It's not actually the thing that's going to change your life. This helps you get clarity on what you want. But after you know what, you have to figure out how to create that in your reality. And you doing the aligned action is what changes your life. It's not wishing on fairy magic. It's not praying to crystals. It's not doing your affirmations. All of that, like, maybe it does something. If you want to do it, okay, have fun. But the truth of what changes your life is showing up for your future self again and again and again, saying, I deserve more. I know that I have a beautiful future ahead of me and I'm here to build it. I am worth all the time, attention, and energy I put into myself. I don't wear this crown on the internet just for funsies. I mean, it's a good hairband. But I wear it as a reminder subtly to you guys that you're worth it. If you see yourself as queen walking through the universe, that will be your reality. So step into the dream version of yourself and start acting like her. Hi, welcome to the live stream. Yeah, so SMART goals, this is a great thing to talk about. SMART goals is something that they use in the corporate world a lot to help you set intentions for the new year. And those can definitely help. So SMART stands for systems-based, measurable, I forget what the A is. I know T is time-bound, but there are all these qualities that your goal has to have in order for it to be actually achievable. So you don't wanna just say, like, "I want to lose weight," right? You wanna say, "I want to lose 10 pounds in the next 6 months." That's a more SMART goal as opposed to this really broad concept. The structure of a SMART goal helps you distill more the the tangible nature of the goal instead of just the desire. The dream board is like a desire. So this is like a broad thing that you want. But a SMART goal is more the very specific thing that you're going to work towards in the future. Hi. Yes, thank you. Yes, attainable and relative time bound. Those were what I was missing. Thank you. Very, very helpful. There is also something called a bridge goal. I had an author on the channel a while ago, I think last year, and she talked all about bridge goals. That's another framework through which you can use to create goals. Um, so highly recommend that. But I generally find that kind of reverse engineering my goals is the fastest way for me to get them done. That's probably because I'm an engineer by training. But when I look at a goal, I see it in its final state, and I break it down into smaller components and I say, what things have to happen in order to engineer that future into existence? And that's what we talk about on this channel. Big, broad goals. Figure out what you want, break it down, and then get to the how of how each piece is going to happen. Hi, Henry. Welcome to the live stream. Hi, Rosie. I love seeing new names when we're on live stream because it's always such a fun way to connect with everybody. I have my electrolyte powder today. The pink drink. Don't drink alcohol if you want glowing skin. I don't really drink. So instead, I have electrolytes out of wine glasses. Okay. Oh, yes. We already talked about this a little bit, but alignment is what brings your goals into reality. So, alignment is when your desires and your actions are the same. When you're saying, I want to be more fit, I want to be more active, I want to eat healthy food, but you're not actually doing the things required, you're out of alignment. But if you're telling yourself and your friends that you want to be fit and you're cooking healthy and you go to the gym every day and you get your 10K steps, that is alignment. And when your desires and actions are in alignment, fast manifestation happens. So we always have to think about what we want, how we're going to do it, and continuously showing up to bring that into reality. Hi, Dylan. Welcome to the live stream. What would I classify as healthy? So I do my best to keep learning about health, like as I get older. I'm 30 now, but what I've viewed as healthy has changed over the course of my life. I think now in my 30s, the things that make me feel the healthiest are whole foods, real foods, like closest to nature as possible. So plants, animal proteins, no processed stuff. If it comes from a bag, it's probably not that healthy for you. And then daily movement. I don't think you need to do HIIT workouts, but I always make sure I do some kind of workout during the day. Today I went to Pilates. Some days I just walk. I mean, whatever you're in the mood for that day. I should do more yoga though, more stretching required. Oh, that's so great. So reverse engineering is something that I've been trained to do for my entire career, but I've been trained to do this more for building design. So I used to engineer the blueprints that build our cities. And I learned very technical information on how to build cities. And I was thinking about how I wanted to create my dream life. And I was like, the same system that we use to create giant buildings can also be used to create giant behavior change in your real life. So when I say reverse engineering, I mean figuring out exactly the step-by-step process required to make that dream a reality. Hi, welcome, Angel. Welcome to the live stream. My nails today are so cute. I love them. This is actually straight out of my Pinterest board. Talk about manifestation. I've been wanting to do this little kind of gold leaf tip for a while. Hi, welcome to the live stream. Okay, we have my base going on now. This is a new primer I'm trying. I'm not a big fan yet. I'm trying to like it because my favorite primer has been discontinued. Please, Armani Beauty, please reinstall it, restock it, whatever you want to call it. All right, let's see. Hi, welcome to live stream, Joshua. The other really important thing in this book that came to light for me was that confidence isn't just a feeling, it's actually the byproduct of competence. So I finally felt confident making YouTube videos when I was good enough that the work I was creating was something I wanted to share with others. I became competent, good at doing the thing, and then I became confident. And when you're working towards your dream life, you don't need to feel confident in that dream version of yourself today. You're getting more competent, and then over time, your confidence will grow as you show up and you prove to yourself that you actually want the things you claim to desire. Hi, thank you, Corey. All right, let's see. Always with my professional, saves my day every single day. I want to try something different today. I'm going to brunch, so I'm trying to do like a little, maybe a soft eye and a fun red lip. I think that's what we're going to do. Hi, thank you, Saskia. Welcome to live stream. I'm having so much fun today because books are my favorite topic. You know, I love fun fantasy and romance, but really self-improvement is what's most important to me. I worked so hard to build this dream life. Last year, I was broke, living in an apartment with 3 other roommates. I was in a job that felt like jail. And honestly, I had been diagnosed with depression and I had lost all hope. And I speak on the internet to you guys to give you the structure to create your dream life because I don't want you to feel so hopeless. There is a system to help you get out of that pain. And if you think I can help you, you can definitely apply for my one-on-one coaching and we can work together to create your dream life blueprint. Hi, welcome, Alaya. That's such a beautiful name. Hi, welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I mean, don't feel sorry for me. All the pain that we've been through in life serves to help build us and teach us in the future. So, without the pain that I've been through, I wouldn't be able to share my lessons learned with you guys. It's unfortunate sometimes the things that have happened to me, but I try my best to learn and grow and teach everything I've learned to you. Hi, Elia. Yes, I do try really my hardest to bring warm energy to the internet. There's so much negativity. I try to be my warmest self when we're on live stream. Thank you, Piper. That's so nice of you. All right, let's get to, oh, we didn't do the primer. Usually I do dampen my beauty blender, but I've forgotten today. So we're going to see how that goes without me dampening it. I just had to do a little acne mask before our live stream as well because my skin's been suffering. I have a beauty channel as well. That's emily.rasket. And I talk about all of my skincare, self-care habits over there. But whenever I'm not sleeping well and whenever I'm having too much caffeine and I'm just having too much sugar, I always break out. I think that I can get away with it, but every time the universe is like, nope, you're going to have a breakout tomorrow. You're welcome. So, lessons learned. You bring me to America? I'm already in America, guys. So, I live in Rhode Island. That's in New England. Oh, yeah, so I do have my full skincare on. There's a video on the channel about how I healed my cystic acne. My full skincare system is there, but just since you asked, I will show you my favorite moisturizer and sunscreen. So this is my favorite sunscreen by Haru Haru, and it says SPF 50. I wear this every single day under my makeup. It looks very glowy and beautiful. It won't make you look greasy. And this, my mother and I have bought like 20 of this one product on Amazon. This is a perfect wintertime moisturizer. Always keeps me glowy and healthy. And I'm 30, my mom's in her 50s, so it's good for like a variety of skin types. Thank you. I love my headband too. It brings me so much joy to start my day feeling like a princess. Hi, Abdul. Welcome to the live stream. Mhm. So right now we're at 12:30 p.m. EST for the time. Oh, cool. I wish I was in an island. That sounds like fun. Okay, so let's get to the next thing. Oh, key takeaway. Your habits, the things you do every day, are proof of who you think you are. They're the truth of your identity in reality. So that's why we talk about hacking your identity before we talk about anything related to habit change. All right. The next book is really for the women in the audience. My channel is primarily having women as my followers, which makes sense. I mean, I have the most girly wisdom to share with you guys. And the thing that has helped me more than anything to manifest my dream life is to work with my biology instead of fighting against it. It is easy when we live in a very masculine world to think that we can force ourselves into acting like a man for success. But I'm telling you, as a woman in her 30s, you're working way harder than you have to. If you work with your body and the natural rhythms in your cycle, you'll be so much more productive and life will feel easier for you. There are times in your cycle where you'll have a ton of energy, and there's times in your cycle where you'll just want to lay in bed. You can stack all of the things that you have to do for the month during those weeks where you have more energy. And when you need to relax and rest, you can just watch some Netflix or read your favorite book. I promise you, if you give yourself the proper time to recharge, you'll be more productive later. Hi, thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I'm from the US. I live in Rhode Island. Thanks. My eyes are like this greeny brown color. My dad has green eyes, and I wish I had had slightly greener eyes like him, but I think these are so cute as they are. My best skincare advice is to sleep more and eat real food. I used to have terrible cystic acne when I was younger, and I'm talking now I just have some acne scars, but I'm talking like I had painful boils. I was covering my face with tattoo foundation every day. I was embarrassed to go outside. But I was having bad acne because my hormones were all out of whack, which is one of the reasons I wanted to talk about this too. I was not honoring my body's natural needs. Your body needs nutrients from a variety of different foods in order to feel happy, healthy, and be glowing from the inside out. And I was cutting out food groups just to be skinny. And newsflash, I'm actually thinner now than when I was hyper restricting myself. So if you think you need to restrict yourself to be thinner, I promise you, you don't. You'll look happier and healthier if you eat all of the foods of the rainbow. But anyways, so like I was vegan for a really long time. I was doing competitive gymnastics, doing really intense workouts, and I was stressed under so much stress. And if I had started eating salmon, eggs, and doing light workouts earlier, it would have helped me. I just wish I could have imparted that to my younger self. It's like you need to focus on your nutrition, you need to focus on your stress, you need to focus on getting 9 hours of sleep, and those things will help your skin more than a random product. Because like skincare is great, but like if you keep breaking out and you're only putting stuff on top, it's like putting band-aid over the solution. You have to heal from the inside out. Hi, Tanaka. Thank you. Thank you for live stream. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I think I missed a lot of your comments, so I'm sorry. If you have an important question, please put it again in the chat and I'll be sure to look at it. But what did I want to talk about this? Okay, first thing, women are not broken. We're not like the lesser species. We are just different than men. Women and men are both equal in their value, but our hormones and our bodies function differently. So you have to honor that. I really liked this book because she has specific food recipes in it that are good for your hormones. So for the girly pops who want to have clearer skin, this book is so helpful. She's also got I'm trying to find it for you. Yeah, there are these charts that map out when is the most productive time in your cycle to do certain things. So if you're trying to manifest certain goals, you can think about when you'll have the right kind of energy for that thing in a different part of your cycle. Hi, I'm not really a fashion creator. I just try to find things that suit my color tone and body type the most. So I am a cool winter. So all of the colors I have typically suit that. And I really try to make sure that they fit my shape. I'm more of like an hourglass shape, although I am petite. Mhm. It's so important to take care of yourself. I wish it was something I learned earlier, but I was really trying to, I don't know, get the result without doing the required action. Hi, Mitch. Welcome to the live stream. Hi, Kim. I'm trying to find the other chart she has for everybody because those are really helpful for me. Yeah, this is another chart that has suggestions for your activity based on the stage of your cycle. And there's a food list in here as well. So if you're trying to get healthier in terms of your diet for the new year, this was so helpful. I'm just trying to find that for you. I should have bookmarked it. Oh, another thing that comes up in this book a lot is healing PCOS. So, PCOS is the symptom that arises when your hormones are out of balance. And I had this. I had lost my cycle for like 6 months, which is very unhealthy for women. And I went to all sorts of these specialist doctors, and it was not helping. But what really helped was to like eat what my body required to actually heal my hormones from the inside out. Where on earth is this little chart? I promise it's here. Another thing I wanted to talk about in relation to this book is that you don't need to force discipline on yourself. This is the food book. So on page 105, if you do get the book, this is where the food list is. So they have the follicular, ovulatory, luteal, and menstrual phase. Those are the 4 cycles that women have over the course of the month, and what you should be eating in each phase to support your body's needs. Hi. I do have millennial gray bedroom, but it's not my fault. I have an apartment, and this is what the landlord painted at. I am a princess in the wild. My father brainwashed me to think that I'm a Disney princess, and here I am now at 30 with a crown on my head live streaming. Nothing has changed since I was 3. Okay, let's see what's next. The really thing about this book that I wanted to highlight is that you don't lack discipline, you're just out of rhythm with your natural body. So get that in order and all of these habits will feel easier for you. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is lady balls. Oh, what a clickbait title. That got me. Mina Irfan's work has been one of the most influential forces in my 20s, helping me to build better relationships. And I highly recommend her to anyone who's like trying to find love or like just have better friendships with their family and friends. She's also a live streamer, so if you like watching people live on YouTube, check her out. But she 2 years ago came out with that book, and it was the distillation of all of her knowledge and wisdom, and it was so helpful. Hi, welcome everyone. Hi, Dr. Jonathan. Jonathan's my brother's name, actually. So I do believe in manifestation in the sense that I believe that we can create our dreams in this reality, that we can bring a dream from our mind into the real world through doing aligned action. I do not believe on praying to fairy magic, and I don't believe in using magic crystals to manifest your dreams. I believe in consistently showing up for the dream version of yourself that you want to be. And that's what I teach in my coaching container. You can apply for that if you would like. It's in the description box, the application. But I just want to give you guys like tactile hope that the life that you want can exist, but you have to show up. You have to say, I'm worthy of the time and attention it takes to build my dream life. I can do hard things. I can do what is required. Not that what I can't do what's easy. Of course, I can do what's easy, but I will do what's required, not just what I think is necessary. Hi, welcome. Someone kept mentioning Cat's Eye the other day. I don't know what this is, but thank you. That's so sweet. All right, so this is my favorite foundation. I wear this almost every day. This is the Dior Skin Glow foundation. And my mom's also hooked on this too. My mom owns a psychology company, and all of my information I share with you guys comes through her teachings. I used to be really frustrated with her when I was younger because I felt like she was pushing toxic positivity at me. But now, in like my years and wisdom being 30 years old, I realized that she was helping me to hack my mindset to actually be the person required to build my dream life. Alright, now I'm gonna do a little bit of contour. I don't usually contour my cheekbones because I feel like they look aggressive. I look too thin, I think, when I contour my cheekbones. So I use the Fenty Matchstick, and I do the sides of my nose, the top of my forehead, and then I also do the crease right for my eyes. Okay. So I wanted to talk about Lady Balls next during a live stream because you needed to understand your biology and aligned action for manifestation before we get into Mina's work. Because Mina's work is much more spiritual and she talks a lot more about feminine energy. And I don't believe that women can truly be in their feminine energy until they feel safe emotionally and physically. So we got to get you emotionally feeling safe, financially feeling safe, and then you can get more into that flow state for manifestation. Hi. Hi, David. I'm reading your comment now. Somebody said my sister's ugly. I don't know what to do. I'm sure she heard it. She's acting weird. Here's the thing. Other people's opinion are none of your business. If someone told your sister that she is ugly, that is their perception, that is their reality, that is their opinion. It is not truth. And I know your sister is probably in pain right now because maybe there's a part of her that believes this cruel comment, but just remind her that her opinion of herself matters more than anyone else's. Try to empower her to believe that she is beautiful, like despite what everyone else thinks. Hi, Hannah. Welcome to the live stream. I love when I see new people in the chat. That always warms my heart because I feel like when I do formal videos on the channel, I don't actually build a connection with you guys and I don't learn who my subscribers are. I do have like long form videos if you want to see my edited content, but I really have been loving in 2026 just talking to you on live. Hi, David. Welcome back to the live stream. Hi, Benson. Welcome. Oh, this is really important. So let me just read her comment out loud. How to deal with a feeling like time is running out and you haven't achieved all your goals. I felt this way my entire 20s. I felt like I was chronically behind. I always felt like I was doing catch up. But now when I look back, I realize that I was exactly where I needed to be at every point in the turn. And people older than me, they always said this. They always said that things are happening at exactly the right time. But I couldn't see that until later. Now I realized that I was able to land my dream job because I did years of hard work to gain the skills and competence in order to achieve that, in order to be a good candidate. I see now that I'm not married at 30 because I was with men who were not going to be good fathers. And it took me longer than I would have liked to realize that. But I'm much more grateful that I didn't marry a cheater. So you have to let things unfold and be at peace with the process. Learn to love the process. You'll be more in your feminine energy and you'll be more at peace in life and you'll find more joy. I As I got older, I grew more in faith, and I'm a Catholic, just for the reference. But I used to think that I was fighting the universe. But one of the things that I've learned through my journey in faith, and also read this book if you want to trust more in the process of life. But I've realized that the universe is always working in my favor, whether or not I realize it. Everything is working out for my best interest. And if I just have faith that if I keep walking forward on my path of life, my dreams will meet me along my path, then they will. And I've watched my wildest dreams come true. I'm living in my dream apartment right now, and I just landed a job that I've been praying for years because I kept having faith and I trusted the process. I've missed some of your comments. I'm sorry. Please put them again if it's an important question for you. I'm not a medical student. I'm an engineer. So I worked as an engineer for a decade. I was making blueprints that build our cities. And now I work still in engineering, but I'm on the sales side of things. So I work in communication more. I manage client relationships and I educate them on our products. Can you tell me what things did you mean trending? Hmm. Hi, Zoya. Welcome to a live stream. I'm so glad when you asked for a shout out because I don't always know you're watching unless you're in the comments section. So definitely say hi's if you're watching and you'd like to get to know me a little more. All right, let's talk more about lady balls. So Mina Irfan has a really, really important point in this book that I need to drive home, in that over efforting, trying harder is not the solution to manifest faster. If you're trying a certain way and it is not working out, the solution is not to do that thing harder because you'll just be failing faster. Like the solution is to try different. If you're doing something one way, it's not working out, do not push harder. It is time to re strategize and think about what would actually be a better approach to the problem. Hi, Benson. Yes, I did go to college. So I went to a 4-year college degree. I'm a civil engineer, Bachelor of Science is what my degree is in. Thank you. Thank you. Garders, I think that's what your name is. Hi. Yeah, interesting. People had started commenting on my voice when I started doing live stream. I didn't know there was anything special about my voice or different. And then everyone keeps commenting on it. So the more you know. The other important thing I wanted to talk about in terms of lady balls is the art of receiving. And especially as a woman, I think your life gets 10 times easier when you learn how to receive from men and from the universe. Because the primary provider in existence is God, it's not some man. That's great if a man's providing for you, but the primary source is God, not some other human. And you can have all these fancy desires, but if you can't actually receive them when they come from the universe, then they're never going to become true. So you have to be willing to accept the things you want when they come into your life. And a lot of that comes from self worth, comes from saying, I deserve and am worthy of the things that I claim to desire. And receiving help and receiving gifts and receiving your desires from the universe is a learned skill. And if you still think that you can do everything yourself and girl boss your way to success, you're probably on the wrong channel, first of all. But you're also trying way too hard at this thing called life. We are not meant to live in isolation. We are creatures of community. That means that your family, your friends, your partner, the people who love you want to be helpful to you. You're not a burden. It is a joy and a gift to be able to take care of the people that we love. And your life is about to get 10 times easier if you learn how to receive. It is so, so joyous to feel taken care of, and I want that beautiful feeling of support for you. Hi, welcome to our live stream, everyone. Yes, God is my real friend too. It took me a long time to build a healthy relationship with God, but that has helped me so much to receive more, to learn how to surrender, and to trust the process. So, surrender is not giving up, it is realizing what's in your control and what's outside of your control. If you're still acting like the control freak I was in my 20s, please let go of that. Again, your life will become a lot easier if you focus on what's in your power versus what is not. You can't control other people's opinion of you, and you cannot control other people's actions. Focus on your actions, your alignment. Life is 10 times easier. Hi, welcome. Define angel. So I think angel is I think so people can have like angelic spirit. We have the idea of an angel from the Bible, of course, which is a more tactile thing, but I think anyone can have an angelic spirit when they choose to spread love and joy in the world. Hi. Okay, let's get to the next point. We brushed on it a little bit, but one of the things that comes up in Mina's book again and again and again is that control does not equal confidence. You do not have to have control over every aspect in your life to feel confident. Things are always unfolding as they are meant to. You don't need to micromanage everyone, including yourself. Mhm. No, I'm not an actor. So I'm an engineer by training, and I was raised by a psychology expert. So on this channel, I talk about how you can create systems to design the life that you actually want. And I share with you all the psychology hacks I have learned over the course of my life that have helped me actually believe that I'm the woman who can create my dream future. I didn't dampen my beauty blender today, and it's really showing because I'm having a hard time blending in this foundation. And my skin has been so dry, like all of my products are kind of sticking weird to my face. I live in New England, and getting your skin to look glowy in winter is like a monumental task. I'm trying, but it doesn't always go to plan, as many things in life. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I do create shorts as well for the channel, and I'm on Instagram. So if you guys don't follow me there yet, pop over to Instagram. I'm Emily Raskett on all social media platforms. I always have to go in with a little concealer brush. Hi, thank you, Kelly. I have so much fun creating content for everyone. It's the best way for me to be able to help out and share my knowledge with the world. And also, it's helped me to learn and grow a lot. So, live streaming has helped me a lot with my confidence. It has also helped me a lot to learn how to better articulate my thoughts and be a better public speaker. Hi, Laura. Oh, I really love your icon that's over your name. That's cute. Right, so I'm trying to blend that in, but my skin is really suffering today. I'm gonna have to do a moisture mask or something tonight. I've been using honey as one of my favorite low budget masks. Definitely recommend that. That's good for your acne too. Hi, sweet thing. Hi, Sajna, I think your name is. Okay. Uh, and again, we already kind of brushed upon this, but I just wanted to highlight it to bring it home from Mina's book. It's the, oh, I have an itch. Is that the idea of being a magnetic woman doesn't come from like doing more and exerting your will in the world. It comes from being in a place of peace and safety. And when you're in a place of emotional and physical safety, then you're open and receptive to the world and you naturally feel feminine to everyone around you. Okay, my favorite book doesn't seem like a it doesn't seem like a personal development book, but I promise it is. The Alchemist is one of my all-time favorite books ever. And I read a lot. Like I read a ton of fantasy books, I read a ton of personal development books, I read like a ton of fluffy romance books. But I have read this book again and again and again and again. It's a tiny little story, right? But this is a little fable about finding one's purpose and again trusting the story of life and the plan that God has for you. And it's so engaging and it's so relatable. I think that seeing the story that this character goes through really has motivated me to kind of grow in my faith and trust the process. All right, the core thing that I want to talk about from The Alchemist is that clarity comes from action. It doesn't come from overthinking the problem more. when you start actually doing what's required to build your dream life, then you'll actually get clarity on what's working, what's not, and you can work to build, a better system and better habit for yourself. But if you're like in analysis paralysis, trying to figure out the best way to start, you're not going to get clarity. Just allow yourself to be imperfect at the beginning and get the ball rolling. And you'll get closer and closer to your goal. You like course correct along in your journey. And over time, you'll end up exactly where you're meant to be. And I know I'm a type A person. I mean, I think all engineers are type A people. But there is a tendency, if you're me or other people who like to plan, is that you want to figure out exactly how things are going to happen before you start. That's not necessary. I promise you, God's plan for things is better than you could have envisioned for yourself. Just start, trust the process, and course correct as you go along. Hi, Jack. Thank you for subscribing, Laura. I appreciate that. Jack is one of our moderators. He's a regular on live stream. Hi. Let me see. What is next? Oh, so one of the other key points from this book is that courage is what gives you guidance as you go along. Courage and confidence don't come from fake it till you make it. That will get you a little bit of the way there, but it really comes from showing up for yourself again and again, and it comes from feeling competent. So when you feel competent, then you exude in your embodiment that you are confident. So showing up, doing things again and again and again builds skills within you. And when you show up and prove to yourself that you are in fact worthy, that's how you come off as confident. Jack, you're being called out for being late. How could you, Jack? You guys are so funny. All right. What other core takeaways I want to talk about? That whole book's about finding purpose and leaning into your faith. And the main thing to remember is that you don't know your purpose one day. Even my purpose is an evolving thing. It's not like this thing you discover. It's something that evolves and grows with you as you walk forward in the course of life. So if you think you need to plan, if you think you need to chronically overthink everything, let it go. Just start the process, walk forward, and your purpose will meet you along your life path. Hi. This is the fourth time someone has brought up Stray Kids. I don't know what this is. I'm going to have to look it up at this point, though, because everyone keeps mentioning that. You're funny, Jack. That's okay. No worries. We're glad to have you now. All right. I think I like The Alchemist more than anything as a personal development book because it's more of a narrative tale instead of a you have to do this to achieve this. A lot of the self-helpy content drives me crazy because it's really boring to read. Like I like fantasy, adventure, fun time, and that's in The Alchemist. I don't want to read like 7 steps in building a habit from Atomic Habits. That was the most boring book I've ever read. Just watch the podcast. It's more fun. Hi, Amelia. So my name's Emily. That's so sweet. Hi, Zoya. Welcome back. I've not been drinking my pink drink. This is electrolytes today. I don't really drink alcohol, so I have my electrolytes in my wine glasses because I think it's more fun. But if you want glowing skin in your 30s, please stop drinking alcohol. It's not good for you. Oh, okie dokie. Oh, I hadn't finished powdering. I always get really distracted with the act of actually getting my makeup on when I talk to you because I get too passionate about what we're yapping about. I do like champagne. I have champagne, honestly, a few times a year for celebrations, but normally I don't drink alcohol. Oh, thank you, William. I so appreciate that. That was really nice. Okay, almost done. I wanted to do a little bit of different of an eye look today. I do mostly the same kind of natural glowy makeup every day, but I don't know, I'm feeling like something a little different. Oh, if you've just started your cycle, am I muted? I don't think I'm muted. Someone make sure that I'm not muted. My mic says it's on. Okay, anywho, so if you've just started your cycle, I definitely recommend you look into this book, In the Flow. So In the Flow goes on all of the self-care habits that you need in order to feel like the best version of yourself, even during your cycle. I like the crown better than the ear headbands. I don't like the animal ones as much. Okay, good. Thank you, Jack. I'm glad I'm not muted. You need the people to hear the message. Let's get to blush. I over blushed yesterday, so we're just going to do a little bit. This is the Hourglass blush every single day, and I just like a really soft wash of pink over my cheeks. And I always bring it on my forehead into my temples because then it just blends the makeup in really nicely, makes it look like a natural flush. Oh, thank you, Zoya. That's so sweet. There's a spider on my closet door? I hope not. I hope not. Spiders are not for me, guys. Oh, thank you, Sydney. That's sweet. Oh, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. We do have another book to talk about because, in case you didn't know, I am a nerd. I went to engineering school and books make my heart happy. I know it's confusing. I'm cute, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, almost there. Does anyone else make really funny faces when they put on makeup? Like, I try to be neutral as I'm doing it on live stream, but I always feel like I have to suck my cheek in to get it in the right position. Okay. Nice. Hi, JD. Welcome to the live stream. Oh, thank you, Karina. Or Kira. Okay, Kira actually was one of the things my mom thought about naming me. I'm obviously not Kira, to be honest. She thought about that. Oh, okay, this highlighter I use almost every day too. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. All of her products I'm a huge fan of. I think it's just the rose gold because all the products I have basically have rose gold packaging. But who's ever in charge of that branding, congrats. You got my money. You deserve a raise. Hi, Sydney. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, so this one is rose gold. This one is rose gold. These guys are rose gold. Like, not that complicated. Okay, the next book that we're going to talk about is Becoming Supernatural. So this is probably the most woo-woo spiritual manifestation book we will talk about today. And I say this to last because it is more of like a spiritual book. And I'd say probably like the least tactilely useful, but super helpful for kind of like hacking your mindset. So again, I'm going to suggest it. And where's my eyebrow thing? Oh, there it is. Okay, the thing that I really want to talk about Joe Dispenza's work is that it is backed by research, and his work focuses on the idea of neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is a concept that your brain, the connections inside it can change over time, and the more you reinforce those pathways, the more that they grow. So if you want to create behavior change, you're working over like old neural pathways that you have to rewrite. And if you think it's hard to start a habit, it's not just in your head, it's because it's hard to work through that old mental conditioning. And there's a lot you can do to have like those pathways feel easier, but meditation is one of the things he talks about all the time in terms of increasing the neuroplasticity for you to help become the best version of yourself. And the other thing about this book that I want to hammer home about is that your thoughts and emotions are the things behind the behavior change that actually precede the action. So, yes, step and do the right action, obviously, to build your dream life. But what you really have to focus on are your core beliefs and your emotions behind that. So, that's why the first part of my digital journal helps you rewire your core beliefs. Because if you're still telling yourself outdated beliefs, then it's impossible for you to build your dream life. You have to be telling yourself Up-level stories or core beliefs that will help you step into the embodied action and have the right feelings to build your dream life. Hi, yes, like and subscribe. Always. Okay, now we talk about identity work a lot, and you can hack your mindset a lot to make you feel like that dream version of yourself. But know that, like, identity is an evolving thing, right? Like, as you do more aligned action, you become to feel more like the dream version of yourself. And identity and action are kind of like tied together, right? So if you don't kind of feel like her today, you can start to act like her, and then over time, you become who you pretend to be. Hi, welcome to the live stream. Jack is one of our moderators. He's a regular on live stream. Okie dokie. Let's get to finishing the makeup look. I've been yapping a lot today. It's a bit of a long live stream. The biggest thing about this book that I wanted to hammer home about is that your brain is a tool. You can let it run the show, or you can actually use it to up-level your life. It's a program. You can program it to become the person that you want to be. And that's really the science behind this. It's all of his research on neuroplasticity and how you can rewire your brain for success. Hi, welcome to the live stream. I'm going to try to pronounce your name Zobar. I think that's your name. Okay, my favorite eyeshadow palette, as always. This is my go-to everyday look. And I just put some of this on my lid because it helps to define that crease and bring a little sparkle. Okay, let's get to this. See, very natural shade, very cute. I think I'm a little stuck in a rut with my makeup routine, so in the new year, it is one of my goals to try some new stuff. I always go to Sephora when I want to do this because the girls are so helpful, but on my own, it's definitely not a strong talent I have. It's just, I've learned how to do a typical makeup look that looks good on me, and I just kind of repeat and tweak that. Ooh, sorry, I had a hiccup. Nice. So I put that all over my lid, and then I just do some blendy into my crease. And I wanted to do a little bit different of an eye look today, so I think I'm gonna tight line my waterline just to get my eyelashes looking fuller. Oh, and just as a recap, today we talked about Becoming Supernatural from Joe Dispenza. We talked about The Alchemist. We talked about In the Flow. We talked about Lady Balls, what a funny title. And we talked about Manifest from Roxy Naposi. And The Mountain Is You, but I don't know where that book went. Oh well. And all of those books have really, really helped me to hack my mindset and manifest faster. So let's blendy. My mirror has turned off. Okay. Very nice. Yeah. And that's typically all I do for my eyeshadow, unless I want to do a little highlight. This is a great highlighter, this one by Fenty, but it's more of like a night highlighter. It's not for daytime. It's very sparkly, which I love. Your girl loves some glitter. See? But it's too much for the daytime. I'm about to head to the gym. Okay. Not to the gym. I'm going to brunch, and then like later today I'm going to go to the gym. Okay. Number next. Oh, some highlighter. I feel very discombobulated with the makeup. All right, here we go. Just in the inner corner is where I put the highlight. And I put it right underneath my eyebrows. And I've been obsessed with my eyebrows recently. I've been having someone professionally laminate them, and I think it's really helping them to look more symmetrical. So definitely recommend that. This is the Charlotte Tilbury palette in Exaggerize. And now, where's my eyeliner? I don't typically do heavy eyeliner. I just do a little bit of tight lining to make my eyelashes look thicker. So I'll do the corner on the top of my eyelid, and you guys can see now this looks a little bit fuller. Hi, enjoy your countdown. Okay. I know we've been talking all this live stream about books that have helped up-level my mindset, and learning more does help you to get more informational knowledge, but it doesn't help you get embodied knowledge. Embodied knowledge is when your emotional body understands something fully. So your mind can know that it's important to like create good habits, to journal every day, to call your mom, go for a nature walk, to be in sunshine, but actually to become her you have to know that in your feeling, in your emotional body. And that happens through action, through doing it over time, through showing up and building that new identity for yourself. Okay, I think I'm gonna do little mascara, and then I did also want to do my favorite lip shade. These are the Dior lip stains, and they're so beautiful. They're very hydrating. I have to consistently use some kind of like chapstick. And honestly, I can't use anything else in the winter because if I was to use a typical lipstick, then my lips would be like sucked dry. There'd be no moisture left. But if I use a lip stain, then it still has the color and I can just kind of put my favorite chapstick on top. My favorite lip product for the winter are the Lana Lips chapsticks. I don't have one with me though. So cheers. Oh, I got my new planner in yesterday, everyone. I'm setting it up now. And after I have it set up, I will show you because I use my planner as a habit tracker. You can get a habit tracker on the App Store. There's tons of different ones out there, but I use my planner because I'm trying to get off my phone. I spend so much time on my phone as it is. I just need to be less on technology. So that's why I like stationery. Hi, mommy. So Megan is my mom. She's my biggest supporter. I love her. She's the founder of Whole Being Institute, a positive psychology platform that helps you hack your mindset, become the happiest version of yourself. Hi. I also love my tiara. How fun. We're almost done with the routine today. I did do mascara because I was feeling fun, but I don't always do mascara. My aunt said that she thinks I look the best without mascara. I look softer, and I agree. Sometimes my eyes look a little aggressive if I use mascara, but if I'm having a fun day, I will still wear it. And this is the lip stain. See, it's this lovely berry color. Hi, Divine. I'm from the US. I live in Rhode Island, which is in New England, the northeast corner. And it's frigid today. It's like 10 degrees outside and there's snow on the ground. I will be inside. Sorry, I can't talk when I do this. This is like very detailed work. Okay, how'd I do? Am I even? Yeah, I came out pretty good. Oh, thank you, David. That's so nice of you to say. Megan's my mom, in case anyone doesn't know. You cannot grow your nails in a week. If anyone is telling you you can grow your nails in a week, they're lying to you. This is marketing. This is not science. It takes months to grow out your nails. These are not real. These are press-ons because I had a nail infection. And the internet / chat GPT said it was safe for me to use a press-on with sticky tabs. So that's why we're trying this. Hi. If I've not seen your comment, put it again and I'll look at it. We don't try to ignore you, I just didn't see it. Okay, I'm gonna do my top lip. Oh, I don't have CDs. I think I did when I was younger, but I don't have any now. I don't even have a CD player. I always like to do oh, I can't talk when I do this. I'm so sorry. Give me 5 seconds. I'll be right back. Okay, once I'm done. Almost there. Okay, now that looks so much better. Honestly, I can put chapstick on this again and again and again, and my lips will be happy and hydrated all day long. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined. Please go back and watch the full live stream if you've missed. We talked all about the books that have helped me to hack my mindset so that I can become a dream woman in 2026. Just to recap, we talked about Manifest by Roxy Nafosi, which is a great step-by-step guide to start your manifestation process. We talked about Lady Balls by Amina Irfan. She's another live streamer on YouTube, and her work has helped me so much to become the dream version of myself. We talked about In the Flow, which is about how you can hack your hormones as a woman to become more productive and live in your feminine energy. The Alchemist, one of my favorite books of all time, and this is a little narrative story about finding your purpose and trusting the process of life. And then this is Becoming Supernatural. This is a cult classic in the manifestation community. Everyone seems to love Joe Dispenza's work. Me and Mom are a little resistant to the process, but there is really, really helpful information on neuroplasticity in here and how you can reprogram your mind for success. Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining. It's so nice to have everyone online. I'll see you again later.